Hello, my name is Emily, as you may or may not know, and today we are going to be chit-chatting about social media and relationships. I saw online some people were talking about how YouTubers suck nowadays because they all kind of just talk about the same thing. So I'm deciding to, venture into something that has never been discussed on this platform before: relationships and social media. Now, this is not supposed to be, and it's really never supposed to be a video essay. But I have posted videos before talking about Valentine's Day, dating apps, dating in general, and stuff like that. But I wanted to talk about this subject, aspects of romance and social media that maybe I haven't touched on quite as much because there really is a lot to explore. How we go about romance has truly shifted in the age of social media, and there are going to be two main sections to this video, right? Social media in regards to when you are trying to pursue a relationship, and then when you're already in the relationship. But before we get into that, I have an exciting announcement. Drumroll, please. And what if it was just silent? But there will be a new short film coming to my YouTube channel on February 18th. It is called More Dead Than Living. It is fun, it's silly, but it also has a lot of feeling and heart. Let me read to you the logline. A bitter, cranky widow is visited by death, who lets him know that his time is up. He's ready and happy to die, but not without having one last magic adventure with his estranged daughter, whom he never got it right with. This was a really fun project with a small budget, but lots of awesome people, and that's indie filmmaking, baby. I really hope you guys will like it, and I just want to take a moment to express some sincere gratitude for, not only supporting me in my YouTube channel and the videos I make, but also in my acting career and the things I want to do in filmmaking. And I really, really have been blessed to have cultivated a platform where I get to showcase things that I love doing, right? Whether it be acting, whether it be, this year I want to direct something. It's all really exciting, and so much of my happiness and excitement from my life, honestly, is from you guys. So thank you. And remember, February 18th, More Dead Than Living will be premiering on my YouTube channel. So anyways, like I promised, starting out with when you're trying to pursue a romantic relationship, something that social media has brought upon the dating scene is posting something so that one specific person will see. Now, hey, listen, lock me up, cuff me, officer, right? I'm guilty of this. You're probably guilty of this. If you're in public, probably someone within a 20-foot radius of you is guilty of this. When you have a crush, like a crush, where they're actually taking up, an amount of your mental capacity that you would be afraid to admit even to a licensed professional, oh, trust, a laying down MacBook selfie is going to be posted in T-minus 20. When you have a person of interest, sans the crime, add the crush, oh, there may be levels of tasteful cleavage on the gram that have never been seen before. And there is kind of like a strategy to it, right? Because you don't want to seem like you're trying too hard, but at the same time, you do kind of need to put in a little bit of effort because you want to seem sexy and cool, and that doesn't come naturally to everybody. Sorry to all those afflicted. Obviously for me, when you're a content creator, posting on Main is kind of your livelihood, but for a lot of people, posting on Main is scary. For some people, posting a sexy, sincere selfie on your main Instagram grid, it almost feels like you're standing in a room full of your peers, naked, wearing a sign that says, "Do you care about me? And can you prove it?" And that's why I think that the story, thank God for the story, right? Because it's kind of the sweet spot. The Instagram story is kind of like the G-spot of social media in a way. Because first of all, the amount of viewers, likes, and commenters are private. So it's kind of like, if a tree flops in the forest, but no one was around to see it, did it really flop? And second of all, it only lasts one day, right? Highlight is one day more. And this is really a double-edged sword, because first of all, obsessed with that saying, double-edged sword. We did what to the sword? But having that 24-hour window, there's less pressure in a way because it is temporary, but it also adds pressure because if your crush or whoever you're interested in doesn't end up seeing it, then it was all for nothing. We are approaching the 24-hour mark. Just remain calm. Okay, we don't have to panic yet. It's a grade A selfie. I mean, look at the material. It could have been posted on Maine. Yes, I am aware of that. Thank you. I'm the one who suggested wearing the push-up bra with the lacy V-neck camisole. This will be the third tastefully sexy photo that he hasn't seen. Yes, I know. You think I don't know that? We just need to do a main grid selfie. Are you out of your gourd? Okay, we need to be strategic, not drastic. 10, 9, okay, hang on. 8, let me just post another story so it bumps 7, our profile up. What's a piece 6, of shit song that no one cares about? 5, okay. Come on, just click on it. Click on it, goddammit. Don't you do this to me, goddammit! Click on the goddamn story! Oh, you 1. Soul-sucking heathen! This is for you! It's all for you! That was the last straw. We have to post hole on Maine. Well, another thing about looking for a relationship in the era of social media is using social media as almost a vetting process. Not only before you get into a relationship, but a lot of the times almost before you even go on the first date. When someone has their Instagram in their dating profile, it almost beckons you like the white light of death, right? Once I see it's there, I should probably just embrace it. And I won't lie, perhaps this makes me a flawed human, or in my mind, just a more discerning human. I do judge people based on their social media. Sometimes judging someone by their social media can be necessary. Social media shouldn't always be taken with a grain of salt, especially nowadays. So this is him. Oh my gosh. Oh. This is the guy you're seeing tonight? Yes, he's cute, right? No. What is up with his social media? Oh, well, you know, social media can only tell you so much. I'd rather get to know people in person. Sure. But he has a picture of himself wearing a t-shirt that says, "Fuck liberal snowflakes." Oh, yeah. I did think that was weird, but then I was like, maybe he doesn't mean it in a negative way. Maybe he means it in a more, like, open-minded, sex-positive way. Right. He also has an Instagram highlight titled Alpha Male Inspo. Listen, I just don't want to judge a book by its cover, okay? I mean, I think you can in this case, because in this picture, he's literally holding a book with a cover that says, "Masculinity and Embracing the Superior Male Species." But of course, someone's social media can't totally encapsulate how someone is in real life. And you know, people always say social media is fake, which is true. However, even the, you know, sort of curated, inauthentic vibe that your Instagram profile has, it's like, okay, so you want me to perceive you that way, and that tells me something about you. For example, if you're scrolling through my Instagram, you might think, oh, this girl is sort of like, you know, she wants to be this like fashionable, creative, cool girl. And if I'm looking inward, right, I would be happy to report that that's correct. And I do personally use social media to showcase my hobbies, my interests, the music I like, the clothes I like to wear, my face card. And a lot of people do, which is a reason why social media is used as a tool to judge, but also used as a tool to cater oneself to your person of interest. And this is a classic move. Now, I'm not really speaking for myself here. To be honest, I don't think I've behaved this way in a very long time. But you know, it's like, yeah, seeing that your love interest likes a particular artist, oh, a song by that artist is going up onto my Instagram story faster than a competitive cheetah. They post about liking sushi, this is my outfit the next day. They just rated Marty Supreme 5 stars on Letterboxd. This is how I'm showing up to the party. Now, although this is common, I think we've all done maybe something like this, at least to an extent, right? It's really not the best way to go about things, because this tactic, so to speak, is very much so focused on getting them to like you, rather than asking yourself, wait, do I even like them? Because doing all of the social media stalking, hunting through the photos, trying to discern what they like or dislike, you've gone through their LinkedIn and seen their volunteer experience in high school at the local dog shelter. I mean, you're literally studying. It's research. It's goddamn research. And it's research that might not even pay off, because at the end of the day, whether or not you do all of this work, it doesn't make you and this person any more or less compatible. Social media is not only a way to connect with friends, but also potential love interest. And we believe that is an untapped market, right? And that's why here at our facility, we believe that we are the future of cultivating these connections by optimizing memorization, providing access to information, and using state-of-the-art training to mold the mind to best fit your crush. What do you say to the people who might think that this strategy of dating may be disingenuous and a little creepy? Okay. Can you take me through what some of your strategies look like? Sure, so we have on-site tutors who are available 24/7 to help you memorize anything about your crush. Interest, star sign, MBTI, you name it. Her favorite color, purple. Her comfort movie, The Hills Have Eyes. That is so fucking weird. Okay, is she a cat or a dog person? All right, I think it's time for the button. No, not the button.
You pathetic dumbass. You pathetic dumbass. You pathetic.
We also have actors who go through rehearsal dates with our members so they feel prepared for the real thing.
Oh yes, I love football. My favorite team is the Robbers.
Really?
Yeah?
It's funny because mine is the Steelers. The Pittsburgh Steelers.
Shit.
Do you want this guy to like you or not?
I do.
You better start curating your personality for him right now. And what is your success rate? That's personal. Outside of social media being used as a tool to get someone's attention, it can also be used as a tool to know when you don't have someone's attention. Like at all. Social media and our phones in general, really, have given us ample amounts of access to each other. And our phones are not only used for communication, but for consumption, right? And sometimes people get mad when their crush is maybe doing a lot more consuming rather than communicating. Now, let me make this abundantly clear, okay? If someone is reposting TikToks and they aren't texting you back, that is their God-given right. Sorry, sometimes it is my right, almost my pleasure, to lay in bed and watch Trixie and Katya funny moments while there are people in my phone who I have not responded to. However, of course, having romantic feelings for someone can truly make one forget thyself. There's been times where I've been had such strong feelings for people that I genuinely was curious about what was happening biochemically in my brain, because something wasn't right. Because as much as you can logistically understand that just because someone I liked an Instagram reel of, bunnies hopping through a hula hoop, real bunnies, by the way, not AI, which makes it all that the more marvelous, right? And they haven't texted me back, that doesn't mean that they want me dead. But it might feel like it, like, oh, he just tweeted, but he didn't reply to my message from 30 minutes ago. Sewer of the side, not postponed, but penciled in. This can be an especially hard thing to navigate when it's more than a crush, like you guys are involved, like a situationship, right? Where you're not officially in a relationship, but we're not in a relationship, but I still feel like I don't have the right to really be upset or tell you to change your behavior. I remember my life-altering situationship in college, and I know what some of you are probably thinking, God, girl, can you shut the fuck up about this situationship? But it was honestly just it's like a life marker, right? It's like when, the password questions they ask you, what is the name of your first pet? That's kind of what this is to me. It's the name of my first pet. It's just something significant in my life that I don't really care about anymore, but it adds a lot of context to this conversation. There would be times that I didn't hear from her for days and she would be posting on social media, which again, is her right. But instead of me sort of just accepting she says that she really likes me and she says that she really cares about me, but her actions just aren't really matching that. So maybe I should, take a step back, know when to walk away. Oh no, I just got really hyper-focused on getting that fucking text back. I would be like, oh my God, I have no idea how to get this woman to want to talk to me rather than be posting on Snapchat stories. And then of course, that's when I started posting on my stories. And I'm talking selfies out the wazoo, right? Selfies out the goddamn goozle. And I remember one of my friends in a moment of complete sincerity saying, Emily, she already knows you're hot and she's still ignoring you. And whenever my phone would light up, I would spring to it like a lioness at a water buffalo. And mind you, things were even worse for me in this particular time because Instagram used to have a tab where you could literally monitor everyone's activity like it was a fucking federal log. So not only would I be seeing tweets or retweets and story posts and things like that, I would see 34 seconds ago she commented on her friend's post, or 2 minutes ago she liked a picture of a meme of Garfield, or I don't know, some entity like that. And then I would be like, great. Me and Instagram are in a competition and, well, they're winning every time. I have two beautiful, incredible women standing before me. One I want to talk to and the other I don't. Instagram, will you accept this rose? I'm not trying to say that just because someone is on social media and takes a few hours to text you back, that means they aren't interested. In my case, it would be like days or a week or something. A lot of people do need time to just passively consume things on their phone rather than engaging in conversation, let alone with someone that they're interested in and want to impress. Because sometimes not talking to anyone and just watching videos alone on your phone can save your life. I'll see TikToks where the caption is like, chat, she hasn't texted me back in 2 hours, am I cooked? And then all of the comments are like, bro, it's so over. I'm sorry, 2 hours? Those are rookie numbers. I don't know, I'm like, if you can't go 2 hours without hearing from your romantic prospect or significant other, it's kind of like, I hope that there's maybe like a hobby on the horizon for you. I am someone who does like a little bit of buffer time between texts. And I understand that because we are having that buffer time, odds are you're going to be using social media, during those time frames. So I don't feel bothered. For me, honestly, when people text back and forth like it's fucking ping pong, I would be scared. Hello? Sorry, I want to back my rear up a little bit, so I'm going to bring you closer so that I can sit crisscross applesauce. I have also been on the other end of this where it's like, wait, I want to post something right now, but I haven't texted back my romantic prospect. So I'm like, okay, do I wait to post? Do I rush my reply? Or do I just do whatever I want? And if they feel negatively towards me, then I guess they just feel that way. But for me, it's like, okay, rushing to reply so that I can do other things on my phone is just sort of like, okay, what am I on fucking trial? And also my style of texting in the talking stage, while I get scared at the ping pong style of texting, I am certain that my style of texting would strike fear into some of you. Because while I would say I am a quality over quantity sort of person, so although I might not be replying a ton, like maybe I'm replying every 4 to 6 hours or like once a day, something like that, when I am replying to the text, I am sitting down like an author who is about to theorize a fantasy novel. I am definitely sending paragraphs. I am sending paragraphs. If I can find like some of the text between my girlfriend and I from when we first started dating, oh, I know she was probably overwhelmed. So that's not really something that I want to rush. Also, in my head, I'm like, wouldn't you rather want a thoughtful response as opposed to something that I half-ass just so that I can post a picture of my salmon avocado roll? But then when I'm thinking about it, I'm also coming to realize that a lot of people who are waiting for responses, from these, romantic prospects, the responses that they're getting might be closer to a syllable than a sentence. A lot of people seem to be not engaging texters at all. It is abysmal. And at that point, it's like, I wouldn't even be mad Or I would be less mad at the fact that you are on social media while you haven't replied to me. I would be more upset that when you are replying to me, it's like we're barely having a conversation. All right, Mrs. Wang, you are accusing the defendant of neglect, stating that Mr. Kevin Wynn here was active on Instagram without giving you a response to your many messages. Is that correct? Yes, that is correct. Mr. Wynn, do you deny those claims? Nah. Well, okay then. So prior to the alleged, or I guess confirmed, neglect from Mr. Wynn, we have a conversation that took place last week that is as follows. Hey, hi, WYD, NM, nice, HBU, NM, cool, LOL, LMFAO. All right, what the fuck is this? No wonder he would rather be on social media. This conversation is less entertaining than if I were to watch a silent movie blind. Now moving on to when you are actually in a relationship. And this takes me to one of the biggest debates of mankind. Should your partner post you on social media or not? Some people couldn't give less of a shit. And then for other people, this is a highly sensitive topic that should be approached with caution. The idea of posting your partner on your social media became so prevalent that the terms soft launch and hard launch became mainstream. And listen, if you don't know the difference between those two terms, basically, a hard launch could be used for a missing persons poster, whereas a soft launch on a missing persons poster, well, that would be about as useful as a light with no bulb. So you're the significant other, right?
Yeah.
And from my understanding, you are the last one to have seen Mr. Chang before he went missing.
Correct.
All right. Do you happen to have any photographic evidence from that night of what he looked like, what he was wearing?
Yes, I do. We had a date night, so I posted him on my Instagram story.
What is this? What am I looking at?
That's a picture of him. We were getting drinks.
Okay. Do you have any other photos?
Yes, I do.
Girl, are you serious? What's on his face?
That's an emoji. It's a popular way to sort of garnish online communication if you have an Apple product.
I know what a fucking emoji is, okay? Why do you never show his face?
Well, I just don't really do hard launches.
Jesus Christ, we are never gonna find this guy.
What?
Or, I mean, we might
Still.
And I find those terms so funny because it's kind of like, oh, there are levels to this shit. There are people who want to be shown off and claimed, maybe, in a sense, and then there's people who are, more private and they just don't really use social media like that. And I think these are both fine and respectable points of view. However, when you get these two people in a relationship, oh, there's going to be an argument about it every other month. Or if you aren't actively arguing about it, it's kind of like this thing in the back of your head that you're secretly going to resent, and it kind of just like lingers there like black mold, or that thing in the back of your freezer that's been there since 2019. There are people who genuinely believe that if their significant other does not post them on social media, it means that they don't love them. And sometimes they're probably right. Listen, I know that it doesn't sound like a big deal to a lot of people, and it by no means is a reason for breaking up if everything else in the relationship is stable and grounded, but I do think that sometimes it might just require a little bit of reflection and investigation. I feel like a very common reason that people don't want to post their partners on social media is because they just don't use social media like that, and that's very easily confirmable. It's like if your partner hasn't posted since 2022 and they only have 3 posts, all of which it's like, a picture of the sky, a rabbit, and then a bowl of soup. It's kind of like, okay, yeah, you don't have to post me. Actually, that would really seem kind of bizarre and out of character if you did. But if you're posting dumps every month and your goddamn Instagram story looks like it's damn near Morse code, and I can't even get a single measly feature, Yeah, I'm gonna be thinking about that. You're posting about your whole life while claiming to be a private person. It's like, I don't really think you're a private person. I think I'm the person that you want to keep private. If you're in the public eye, I get that because it's like, I mean, you know, that's how it is for me, right? But if you're not a public figure, then I'm like, okay, so you're keeping me private from your family and friends. And obviously, listen, at the end of the day, your social media is your social media. I'm not gonna force you to do anything. If you don't wanna post me, you don't have to. It could be a boundaries thing, it could be a cultural thing, but yeah, I mean, if you are posting about your life in every other aspect, it is going to make me just ponder a bit.
I just don't get why the idea of posting us bothers you so much.
Babe, you know I'm a private person.
Do I? Because you literally posted this on your story this morning.
That was literally a joke.
No, it wasn't. I heard what happened right after you posted that. This is my house.
Bro.
You also just posted a picture of your family reunion last week, and you labeled everyone's names in the caption from left to right and included their occupation and blood type. And then 2 days ago, you posted a photo dump of your entire friend group, and each picture was a different year of your guys' friendship, dating back to 2011.
Okay, then I guess I'll just like never express myself again and just throw my phone into the ocean.
That's not what I'm asking you to do, okay? I'm just saying that it makes me feel a little insecure that you're always talking about how you're such a private person, but the only thing you seem to be private about is me. Hello? Did you seriously just post your social security number on your story in the middle of our conversation?
It's just the last 4 digits. Can you fucking relax? Now, on the flip side, a lot of people might be thinking, why do you care so much whether or not I post you? And I think a lot of people, you know, this generation is a little bit commitment averse. And I've heard stories of girls saying that, you know, a reason that they believe their boyfriends didn't want to post them on social media is so that they could appear, you know, still available and still on the market in a sense. There's definitely been countless instances of people, you know, flirting with someone who's swiped up on their story or, you know, just being like sexy in the DMs or whatever. It's a lot easier to do those things when you don't have your significant other plastered on your Instagram. And for some people, it might not even be that they have a wandering eye per se, but going back to the commitment thing, right? Publicly posting your partner, it does add a layer of commitment and perception that maybe some people are averse to. I mean, there's even that Cardi B lyric that literally goes, if I ain't got no ring on my finger, you ain't going on my gram, right? It's something like that. And when that part comes on in the club, oh, everyone is screaming it. Oh, but this is a big thing to consider, right? Have they ever posted their ex? And God forbid, are those pictures still up? Oh, I'm about to be sick. Because then at that point, it's just like, okay, clearly you don't like me enough to post me, right? And maybe we will get to that point in the future as our relationship progresses, but it gets to a certain point, right? If I've been with you for a year and I have yet to even have my dainty little hand be in the corner of, you know, photo number 5 of your 20 picture dump, but then your ex of 5 months got a cover photo, gleaming smile, twinkling, and this might be even worse, right? Say your partner's doing the whole I'm just a private person spiel, like our relationship is for us, I don't want other people getting in the middle of it, I'm not poly, okay? They go through that whole thing, and then you break up. Then you see them with their new partner, and they are posting them out the fucking wazoo. You treated our relationship with an amount of secrecy that is required of people who work in the CIA, and now all of a sudden in your new relationship is, you know, everyone gather around, read all about it. Have you heard the news? I've got a new girlfriend. Take a look-see here. Oh, glory day. Now that, I think that's worse. I think it would be torture to witness. So you're really not gonna say anything? You can break my bones, knock my teeth in, I'm not saying shit. Well, I know that you know a whole lot, and I happen to know a lot about you too. I know that you had a boyfriend of 2 years who never posted you on social media. Well, guess what? Who is that? Your ex-boyfriend with his new girlfriend. New girlfriend? What? We've only been broken up for 2 months, and he's a very private person, okay? He doesn't post about his relationships on social media. Well, apparently not anymore, because he's already posted her multiple times. What the fuck? Oh, and this is just on the main grid. Don't even get me started on the stories.
Stop! Please just stop. I actually can't do this anymore.
Give me the information I need, and I'll spare you the pictures from the Bahamas.
They went to the Bahamas!
Oh, shit. Now, we're talking so much about how being posted can feel validating in a relationship, but it's very important to note that even when you are posting about your relationship, that doesn't mean it's a good relationship. For example, there's that running joke about, straight people's Instagram posts when they're celebrating like an anniversary or something, and the captions can be quite telling, haunting even. Here is an example caption that I wrote down, right? Here's to another year with my Brendan. No one ever said love would be easy or even enjoyable, but with my Brendan, at least now I know it also doesn't have to be fun. You've taught me that love is about sacrifice, hard work, and resilience. And with that being said, I know I can get through another year with you. Here's to more memories, good or bad. Love you, baby. Obviously, that's highly exaggerated, but sometimes you read these captions and it's like, huh. So is this a celebration or a cry for help? Because I'm reading in between the lines here and I'm not liking what I see. But even when I am liking what I see, couples can be very performative on social media. Obviously, there are influencer couples on social media where they kind of have to be performative to survive, like, baby, I know that you're still mad at me because I said that spending time with your family makes me feel like I'm in a hostage situation, but we still have to do that sponsorship. But even for other couples who are not influencers, right? I feel like a lot of people use social media and they want to be perceived as, cool or aspirational, or like they have this amazing life, like their goals. And I think a lot of couples fall into the trap of comparing their relationship to other people's relationships online, whether that be influencers or just other people that or friends of friends, things like that. And I really hate to break this to you. Things online can be fake. You might see a post that says, ladies, never settle for less. And it's a photo of the girl with a bouquet of flowers and they're at like a fancy steak dinner, right? And you might be thinking to yourself, God, when's the last time that my partner got me flowers? But really, for all we know, that steak dinner and that bouquet of flowers could be a band-aid on the fact that he gaslights her like clockwork or forgot her birthday last week. When we see all of these pictures of happy couples, it's like, yes, a picture can be worth 1,000 words, and sometimes those words are lies. It doesn't take much effort to smile for a picture. In fact, there's even that, it's supposed to be this like positivity quote where it's like, it only takes 17 muscles to smile and 43 to frown, so save your energy. I've literally had friends show me pictures of them and their significant other on, an outing or a vacation or this or that, and they look happy as clams on ecstasy. And then lo and behold, they tell me, yeah, we were actually in the middle of an argument here. You might feel like you're getting the whole picture, but you're not, babe. You're getting the Instagram picture. This photograph was taken circa last week. It is quite a haunting photograph because although the eye of a passerby sees a happy couple in a romantic restaurant, the eye of reality sees something else entirely. Just moments before this photo was taken, the woman in the picture was verbally berating her boyfriend for just out of frame. There is a pair of flip-flops on the man's feet that are nothing less than atrocious. She brought up his visually offensive sense of style. He brought up her politically offensive mother as the waiter came up and asked the couple if they would like a photo, mostly so they would stop yelling at each other for even just a moment. Another big part of social media is keeping tabs on couples, right? Engagements, marriages, and God forbid, breaking up. To start off with engagements and marriages, I do think there has been this increased pressure to make your wedding or, your engagement party, all of these things more Instagrammable, so to speak. It seems to me that now more than ever, people are having full-on engagement photo shoots, wedding photo shoots with like full-fledged creative direction. And of course, having a really good photo shoot doesn't mean that, the couple is necessarily happier or that they love each other more or anything like that. But I do have to say that I am kind of all for the photo shoots. I'm sorry. I would love to have photos like this with me and my partner, right? I want the full Wong Kar-wai bust down. I want the full New York street photography bust down. I want these photos to look like stills from a movie of our love. Okay. But even outside of photo shoots, I think even when people are just, taking pictures with like an iPhone, most people want those pictures to also be slightly aesthetic or at least not fugly. I know for a lot of women, it's like you want to know when you're getting proposed to so that you can put on a nice outfit, maybe make a little bit of extra effort with your hair and makeup, get your nails done. And I'm sure guys also want to look presentable as well. And I will totally admit, that is something I will be thinking about, right? For me, I think I'm going to be the one proposing, but if I were being proposed to, right? Oh, I'm gonna need you to give me a little bit of a heads up so that I can do a little 1-2. Because if my partner proposed to me and I had no idea it was gonna happen and I look a f***ing mess, it's not that I would want them to redo it, but I probably would have just wished that I looked better. Since the day I first met you. Whoa, hey, what are you doing? Get up! What? If I knew this was gonna happen, I would have, put on a nicer outfit and my hands are so dry and my knuckle hairs are so long, I would have plucked or something. Oh, come on, I don't care about that, okay? I love you and I can't wait any longer. Okay. Bitch,
Yeah?
you need to check Instagram right now because another person from our high school just got engaged and
Yeah?
oh God, her hands are so dry and her knuckle hairs are really long. Now, eventually I am going to make a video about just the wedding industrial complex as a whole because good Lord, there's a lot to unpack there. But one thing that I want to talk about right now is the added pressure that social media brings to the engagement ring. Getting the right engagement ring has always been a very high pressure endeavor, right? Even right now, when I'm sitting here thinking about what engagement ring I would want to get my partner to make sure that she likes it and all of that stuff, I feel that my heart rate is spiking. Because one of the main factors of the engagement ring is being able to show it off, right? When you tell someone you're engaged, the first thing that they're show me that goddamn ring. Where's the ring? Where's the ring? Acting like Lord, right? Not the singer, the Lord of the Rings is his name. His name is not Lord, right? His name is something crazy. It's like Gilgo. Anyways, it is true, right? When you get an engagement ring, that is when you develop a limp wrist for at least the next 6 months, right? You approach a handshake like this. And when you wave goodbye to someone. But nowadays, instead of just showing off to your family and friends, you can post it online and show it off to the world. And they can chime in. And then your ring is for engagement, not only in regards to marriage, babe, but likes and comments too. For example, there was actually a woman who posted her engagement ring on Twitter and then Prime Video quote tweeted it saying, "Is there any chance your fiance looks like this?" And then attached a picture of Jeremiah. Now, if that doesn't mean anything to you, let me explain. For those who never watched the show, Jeremiah proposed to Belly. Yes, they call her Belly. And sorry, very quick tangent. The fact that they call a character named Isabella Belly reminds me of when I watched The Hunger Games and then I tweeted, "I can't believe this guy's name is Coriolanus. They should call him Anus for short." Belly's ring was comically small because Jeremiah decided to propose to her when they were still in college. He didn't have any money because he cheated on her and I think kind of just wanted to make up for it. Just like a fairy tale. So this official account with a lot of reach basically took this poor woman's photo, blasted it up on the Jumbotron, pointed a finger and said, "Oh my God, your ring is so fucking small." And then the original user quote tweeted them and said, "When a huge streaming platform puts out a mean-spirited tweet about one of the happiest moments of your life for engagement, inviting harassment in droves, Heart eye emoji. And it's hard because, you know, getting married, getting engaged, these are all happy moments that I'm sure you want to share with the world. And I don't think it's a bad thing to want that. But then you just have to know that, you know, there's gonna be nothing stopping strangers from trying to ruin your moment that could have been maybe just kept a little bit more sacred if you didn't post it. The last thing I want to talk about is keeping track of when couples break up. No! And most of the time, trust and believe there will be signs. You know, the pictures were deleted, sad songs on the Instagram story, self-motivation or self-help quotes, things about moving on are being posted on the story. Posting selfies that are like a form of revenge. For me personally, I remember when I was going through a breakup, I do want to say that a bikini picture was up within the week. I had never been so self-obsessed than when I was going through a breakup, right? And I think a lot of people maybe have that reaction because at the end of the day, it is just a defense mechanism. Like, I have literally got to get sexier out of spite, right? When I look good, I have to publicize it out of principle. And of course, it is just a coping mechanism, and maybe it's not the best way to go about things, but there are worse things that a person can do to cope, like develop a drug addiction or go down the alt-right pipeline. But when you put the clues together that a couple you know has broken up, it feels like you're a character in a spy movie where you're like, I'm in, right? I'm in the mainframe. This thing that was abundantly evident and takes little to no effort to deduce, I've figured it out. And something that I was thinking about was not knowing the reactions of other people when they figure out that you've gone through a breakup, if that makes sense. Because, you know, it's happened between me and my friends where we figure out that someone we know has gone through a breakup and it's like, oh, so-and-so aren't together anymore. And it's like, what? And then we all gather around and have a Socratic seminar about it. And it's like, these people have no idea that their breakup has become a talking point for lunch. And I suppose that goes hand in hand as to why some people do want to keep their relationships private because they don't like the idea of that happening. But it's like, when you are going through a breakup, God, breathing can feel like a chore. You asking me while I'm going through a breakup to eat a full meal and keep it down, that's like, you're basically asking me to compete in the Olympics. So I was thinking, I conjured up the image of me laying in bed crying, devoid of all energy, while at the same time, there's a group of people who are talking about my breakup and, you know, deciding whether it's a good or a bad thing. And who knows, maybe they're celebrating, right? And it's just sort of like, wow, the dichotomy of it all. So yeah, I don't know. To end this video, here's my question. If you have gone through a breakup, would you want to know everyone's commentary on it? For me, it's like, if I could hear only the good parts about myself, I would do that. But then I would want the commentary documented so that maybe a year later, 6 months later, when I'm at a point where I can fully listen to everything, maybe I would do that. But in the midst of a breakup, it's like, all I want to hear is basically, oh my God, that sucks because she's so beautiful and talented and lovely. But anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed chit-chatting. I hope you get to do something self-care related, like a face mask or a bubble bath, something like that. But don't stay in the bubble bath too long because it can mess up your pH. So yes, until next time.